Dear students, myself Dr. M.K. Goyal. Today we shall take the lecture of Civil Branch course of Mathematics 3rd, the subject of BAS 302 and subject having the name Mathematics 3rd. We shall take the first lecture of Mathematics 3rd of BAS 302 having the nomenclature of topic is partial differential equation and its application. First, we shall define here non-homogeneous partial differential equation. There are two types of the equations, homogeneous. Second is non-homogeneous. We are discussing here non-homogeneous. We have taken in the first lecture that's homogeneous, where d and d dash, d means del z over del x, d dash means del z over del y, having same degree, then it is called homogeneous equation. If the equation having the d square minus d dash minus d dash square plus d dash square 2d dash square, this is called homogeneous equation. Homogeneous equation in such a way because d having 2 degree, d and d dash having 2 degree, d dash having 2 degree. But in the we are taking the course here non-homogeneous equation. That means d and d dash having not same degree. The partial differential equation of higher order with constant coefficient with non-equal degree. That means we are using the word non-homogeneous. Non-homogeneous. Non-homogeneous means which is not homogeneous. Here we are defining the equation phi dt dash having function of xy, where d and d dash is not homogeneous form. The polynomial is d and d dash have not same degree. It is called non-homogeneous linear partial differential equation. That means if d and d dash have same degree, then called partial differential, homogeneous form, homogeneous, otherwise non-homogeneous. That means d and d dash is not homogeneous. And the solution of these type of the equation is to be defined by z is equal to cf plus pi. Cf is called complementary function. Complementary function. And pi is equal to particular integral. Methods to find CF, function of dd dash. We are taking the equation in the form d minus md dash minus a. That means we are taking that equation d minus md dash minus k, comparing with d minus md dash minus k, and then CF is defined as e की power kx f1 y plus mx. Here we are using the word k in place of a. So then solution is become CF is equal to e की power ax f y plus mx in the case of finding CF. Now, if the equations having repeated roots d minus md dash minus a whole cube into z is equal to 0. So, there are the three roots. Then we write as e की power ax f1 y plus m1x mx plus another x into e to the power ax f y plus mx, f1 and f2, and another is x cube x square into f3 e की power y plus mx x square e की power ax f3 y plus mx. That means the three roots are taken at the same time. Then we are using the word 1 x and x square. If we are taking the four roots, d minus md dash minus a e power 4 z is equal to 0, then we write as e की power ax f1 y plus m1 mx plus x e to the power ax f2 y plus mx plus x square e की power ax f3 y plus mx plus x की power cube f4 y plus mx. This is to be calculated if the repeated roots are in this fashion. If phi dash, there is another type of fd dash cannot be factorized into a linear factors. That means they are not same degree, but it cannot be compared with d minus md dash minus a. You cannot compare. So we use the trial method, या trial solution. Trial solution in such a way that d minus d dash square into z बराबर 0. That means having the degree 1, having the degree 2, that is non-homogeneous case. So let us take the trial solution. Trial solution is z is equal to a e to the power hx plus ky. We are using the word trial solution. We are assuming trial solution of this. Then we have to calculate d. dz means a e to the power hx plus ky into h, and then d dash z is equal to a e to the power hx plus ky into k, and then d dash square z is equal to k square a e to the power hx plus ky. And if it is having the solution, it must be satisfied. That means a e to the power hx plus ky is taken as common, and that is become h minus k square is equal to 0. This factor is not equal to 0. This factor is not equal to 0 because it is a trial solution. If it is a trial solution, then you cannot be. It can, if it is not equal to 0, then can go into the 0. That means h minus k square is equal to 0 implies k square is equal to h. H minus k square is equal to 0, k square is equal to h. We are using. Therefore, solution is become z a e to the power k square x plus ky in terms of k. And using the word for the summation of the solution, z is equal to summation a e to the power k square x plus ky. Note this point. You can take the value in terms of this also. Now let us take the problem for the solution as r plus 2s plus t plus 2p plus 2q plus z is equal to 0. We know that r is equal to d square, s is equal to dd dash, t is equal to d dash square, and p is equal to d, and q is equal to d dash. Then substituting the value of in this equation, that is d square z plus 2d dash z plus d dash square z plus 2d dash 2dz plus 2d dash z plus 1 into z barabar 0. And you can resolve into the factor d plus d dash ka square plus 2d dash plus 1 into z barabar 0, and that is become d plus d dash plus 1 ka whole square z is equal to 0. D plus d dash plus 1 ka whole square into z is equal to 0. Compare with d minus m d dash minus k. Here k is equal to minus 1 and m is equal to minus 1. Therefore, solution is become CF is equal to e to the power minus kx, यानी कि minus 1 into x, f1 y minus x plus x, repeated roots are repeated, then x e to the power minus x, f2 y minus x. Here the term is y minus z, is not y minus x. Since right hand side is 0, RHS is equal to 0, so Pi is equal to 0. Hence z is equal to Cf plus Pi, and putting the value of z, Cf is there and Pi is equal to 0, we get the required solution. Z is equal to e to the power minus x, f1 y minus x plus fx e to the power minus x, f2 y minus x. That is the complete solution of the given problem. Now let us take the another example to solve the equation. Now let us take the example d square plus d dash square minus p square into z is equal to 0. Here the degree is 2. This has become homogeneous, but here p square having degree 0, that means total is non-homogeneous. And it cannot be resolved into linear factor also. You cannot resolve into linear factor. So let us take the trial solution. If the function cannot be resolved into linear factors, then we take the trial solution. Let us take z is equal to a e to the power hx plus ky. That is the trial solution. Now we shall find d square z, d dash square z minus p square. D square z is a e to the power hx plus ky into h square. D dash square z a e to the power hx plus ky into k square. That is d square z, d dash square z. And if it is the trial solution, then it must be satisfied. So putting this value, a e to the power hx plus ky is taken as common, and that is become h square plus k square minus p square is equal to 0. Here this term is the trial solution, so it is not equal to 0. If it is not equal to 0, then go to the 0, and we have the term h square plus k square minus p square is equal to 0. H square plus k square minus p square is equal to 0. That means h square plus k square is equal to p square, and here pi is equal to 0. Therefore, CF is equal to summation a e to the power hx plus ky, where h and k having relation h square plus k square minus p square is equal to 0. So z barabar summation a e to the power hx plus ky, where h square plus k square minus p square is equal to 0. We have to find the solution in terms of, here right hand side no function is given, therefore pi is equal to 0. Now we shall try to find out the pi. try to find out the pi of the given equations. Pi of non-homogeneous linear partial differential equation with constant coefficient. There are several cases in which first case is taken as first is pi of e की power ax plus by. Pi of e की power ax plus by. So pi of, we are writing in the form e की power ax plus by and the function of dd dash. Either you can write phi function of dd dash and replace d by a and d dash by b, and that is become e to the power ax plus by upon phi ab. It is mentioned here phi ab must not be equal to 0. If it is become 0, then it is become infinite. D minus 2d dash minus 3 into z is equal to e की power x plus 2y. First of all, where we have to find out the solution of CF. Here dz is equal to 0. dz means del z over del x is equal to 0. Del z over del x is equal to 0. Del z over del x is equal to 0. That means z is the function of y. So we are writing as f1y. Another is d minus 2d dash minus 3. Compare with d minus md dash minus k. And that is become e to the power 3x f2y plus 2x. That is the part of CF. D f1y d minus 2d dash minus 3 is given by e की power 3x f2y plus 2x. Now pi is written as e की power x plus 2y d minus 2d dash minus 3. Put it d having the coefficient 1, d की जगह पर a 1 रखेंगे, d dash की जगह पर 2. d having a, d dash is equal to b. 1 minus 2 into 2 plus 3. That is become not equal to 0. And that has become minus 1 by 6 e to the power x plus 2y. Therefore, the solution is f1y plus e to the power 3x f2 y plus 2x minus 1 by 6 x plus 2y. That is the case of e to the power ax. Now we are taking the pi of sin ax plus by or cos ax plus by. So we write as sin ax plus by or cos ax plus by function of dd dash. Here we replace d square is equal to minus a square, d dash square is equal to minus b square, and dd dash is equal to minus ab. And that is become minus a square minus ab minus b square. And here d square is replaced by a square minus dd dash is replaced by minus ab, d dash square is equal to minus b square, and that is become function sin ax plus by or cos ax plus by. Now let us take the example d square minus dd dash plus d dash minus 1 into z is equal to sin x plus 2y. On factorize, that is become d minus 1 d minus d dash plus 1 into z is equal to sin x plus 2y. Now we are writing as d minus m d dash minus k. Here m is 0. M is 0, that is become e to the power x minus e to the power x, and f1 y plus 0x, that is become f1 y, and e to the power minus x f2 y plus x. And now pi is equal to d square minus dd dash plus d dash minus 1 into sin x plus 2y. d square की जगह पर पुट करेंगे minus 1, d dash square is equal to minus 4, dd dash is equal to minus 2. That is become this. dd dash is equal to minus 2. Here putting this value, d dash is not given here, So we are not putting this value. Minus 1 plus 2 plus d dash minus 1 sine x plus 2y. And that is become 1 by d dash sine x plus 2y. 1 upon d means integration. And 1 upon d dash means integration with respect to y. So integrating with respect to y, minus ka cos x plus 2y divided by 2. Integration with respect to y. Therefore, the solution is become e to the power minus e to the power x f1y plus e to the power minus x f2y plus x minus cos x plus 2y. Third case is where the function is x to the power m, y to the power n. Then we allocate as the function phi dd dash ki power minus 1, x ki power m, y ki power n, and evaluate in the after expanding ascending power of d dash upon d or d dash upon d as the case may be. Resolve the equation in the form s plus p minus q is equal to z plus xy. We can write as the equation in the form d dash plus d minus d dash minus 1 into z is equal to xy. We can write in the form d minus 1 d dash plus 1 into z is equal to xy, and writing as the equation e to the power x f1y plus e to the power minus y f2x. Now pi is equal to 1 upon d minus 1 and d dash plus 1 into xy, polynomial function of x and y. We are writing minus 1 is taken as common, 1 is taken as common, and writing as minus 1 minus d to the power minus 1, 1 plus d dash ki power minus 1 into xy. And expand by binomial 1 plus d square, 1 minus d dash square, and so on, and into xy. On multiplication, d square and d dash term must not be applicable. So we are writing as 1 and d dash. 1 and d dash, and the equation is become minus xy plus y minus x minus 1. And putting this value of the minus sign with x plus 1 minus xy minus y. Then next is the fourth case where e to the power ax plus by into v. V means another function with the help of function. It may be this form, it may be this form, x to the power n and constant form. So we can write as d minus 2d dash minus 3 ka cube into z is equal to 6 e to the power 2x 3x plus y. The CF can be resolved in the previous way, e to the power 2x f1y plus 2x sec x e to the power 2x f2y plus 3x plus x square e to the power 2x f3 y plus 3x. This is the way to calculate. Here three roots are same, that is become x and x square are coming. And pi is to be calculated by 6 e to the power 2x sine 3x plus y, and we can write as 6 e to the power 2x d minus 3d dash minus 2 का cube. e to the power 2x enter and d की जगह पर d plus 2 रिप्लेस करिए, d plus 3 रिप्लेस करिए और d dash की जगह d dash plus 1 रिप्लेस करिए. That is become d plus 2 minus 3 dash minus 2 का whole cube into sine 3x plus y, and that is become minus 2 and plus 2 cancel out, and that is become d minus 3d dash ka whole cube sine 3x plus y, and we are buting as here that is become homogeneous, d and d dash having the same degree, and putting the value of d3 and d dash is 1, that is become 0. So we can write as d means x multiply by x, again 0, x square, again 0, 3 times baad it is become x cube by 6 sine 3x plus y, and that has become 6 is going to be cancelled out, and that has become x cube e to the power 2x sine 3x plus y. Here therefore the complete solution for the equation is y is equal to e to the power 2x f1y plus 3x plus x square and so on. Solve the equation in the linear form as there. Example is d square plus 3d dash plus d dash minus 4d dash square z barabar e to the power 2x plus y. We can find the resolve into linear factors as यहाँ पर e to the power c1x 5 f1y plus c2 f2y, and we are calculating in such a way that the equation having cf e to the power minus x phi 1 y plus x plus d is taken as common, and that is become phi 2y. And for x square, we are taking the d square is common. 1 minus d dash plus upon d की power minus 1 into x square. By binomial expansion, we can write as x square plus d dash plus 1 into x square. And that's term d dash plus 1 a whole square. 2 is coming as, and that is the value of 1 upon d square x square plus d dash square, that is x square d dash upon d into x square x cube upon 3 plus x की power 4 upon 12, and that is become, and now we are taking 1 upon d square. 1 upon d square means integration 2 times with respect to x. So x square having the integration x की power cube upon 3 and then x की power 4 upon 12, 3 into 4, and either x की power 5 upon 3, 4, 5, and next x की power 6 upon 1, 2, 5 and 6. And similarly, you can find the solution of the given problem as. Thank you. To complete this form of homogeneous and non-homogeneous form. Equation solution. Thank you to all of you.